Hi, I'm Kendall from Globe Life, American Income Division. I spoke to you about the benefits through your union. Is Blake there?
This is me. I'm here.
Hey, Blake, they wanted us to see you personally about this, and they don't want us to take up too much of your time. So I'm gonna just jump right in and get started. How you been, man? How's your day been?
It's been a long day, man. It's been a long day.
Yeah. What'd you get into today?
Traveling, traveling home. So
Uh, I remember
I'm,
that I used to have a job where I was driving upwards of 200 miles a day. Was not fun.
yeah, I'm beat.
Now, let's see. Let's get this going while I set this up. Let me ask you, are you originally from Texas?
Yeah, man. Been here, born and raised my whole life.
Born and raised your whole life.
Yeah.
Okay. And what part of born and raised in Texas are you?
I've been all over, man. My dad was a coach growing up, and so we moved just about every 3 years of my life. But yeah, I've been all over Texas.
Okay, but you never left Texas.
Nope, never.
Wow. So you know all about Texas, but nothing about nowhere else, pretty much.
I mean, we've traveled. We go on vacations. We've been to Alaska and Florida and California, New York, Minnesota, Colorado,
Oh,
New Mexico. Yeah, we've traveled. I've been to
yeah.
Louisiana. Yeah, I've been to several states, but no, I've only ever lived in Texas. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Did you ever take your family to those places as well, like back to where you went as a child?
Well, what's funny is I never really traveled until I got married. So no, like my kids haven't really traveled with us yet. My two older kids, they went with us to Alaska, but other than that, no, that's about it.
Okay. So you only have two kids?
I've got three kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was the other one not born when you went to Alaska or
No, he was born. It was just way he was way too young to get on the cruise, and I wasn't about to deal with that.
you went on an Alaskan cruise?
Yeah, we went on an Alaskan cruise, man. It
Yeah.
was if you've never been, you should definitely try it out.
My fiance, she's been my fiance has been on an Alaskan cruise. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, it'll change your life, man. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
I more or less like to go to the I guess the Caribbean islands.
Yeah, oh for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
But you like Carnival, Norwegian cruise?
I don't honestly I don't really care. Like whatever, wherever, whatever, I'm happy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
y'all
I like to be on boats, man.
oh, I love the water. Love the water. I
Yeah,
could spend my entire life on the water.
absolutely.
When's your birthday, man?
January 25th.
January 25th. And what year were you born?
93.
January 15th, 25th, 1993.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was actually born on the 25th of August.
Nice.
Yeah. So, 25 bros.
That's right.
And was your wife going to be on this policy as well?
Yeah, yeah. She's sitting right here.
Okay, cool. Just making sure that everybody's here. How you doing, wife?
Yeah, she's good. She's good.
Good, good.
Her name is Taryn.
Taryn?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Taryn. My name is Kendall. Taryn, when was Taryn's birthday?
Uh, December. Oh, you got me on that one. December 7th,
Mm,
1994.
I feel the eyes burning a hole in your skull right now.
That's right.
And what were your three kids' name?
Jet, Jim, and Jax.
Jet, Jim, and Jax. Jaxs?
Mhm. No, just JAX.
Jax.
JETTJIM and JAX.
I got a friend. Her name is Jax. Jaxs.
Nice.
Jaxs.
That's a good name.
Love the name Jax because it can almost be Jackson, but no, just Jax, you
Right.
know. And when were they born?
Oh, good question. Jet was born April 4th of 18. Jimmy was 11. No, Jimmy was 5/21/21. And then Jam, shoot, Jax was,
That the
yeah,
skull the skull is
Jax,
it penetrated.
Jax was 11/22/22. That's what it was.
11, 22, 22. Yeah, you almost failed. But you know what? You got a lot of things. I'm sure you worked really hard,
That's right.
for specific birthdays.
That's
What
right.
do you do, Blake?
I am a youth minister.
Okay. Okay. Gotta make sure the youth is not baptized. What word would I use? Just gotta make sure that the youth knows better.
That's right.
Okay. Now, Blake, were you at the meeting they talked about the program? Where they talked about the program? Were you at that meeting?
Um, nah, maybe, man, I don't remember.
No worries. Do you remember this letter they got you from your union?
Vaguely. Um, but no, I mean, not just right off the top of my head, no.
Okay, okay. Well, when you got that letter, you did return the card, and in the letter it says that when you return that card, you be contacted by somebody to get your benefits set up. That
Oh,
is me.
okay.
Sorry it's taken so long to get out to you. American Income works with over 20,000 local labor unions, credit unions, and associations throughout the United States.
Cool.
My job is to review the benefits that have already been set up for you. Then I will review the paperwork on your benefits if we can get you qualified. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Blake, Taryn, this your first no-cost benefit is a child safe ID kit. It's a mobile app which is endorsed by the International Union of Police Associations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you know a bunch of families with kids, right?
No, tons, man.
Right, right. I'm sure being a youth minister, you're always, taking care of somebody
Uh,
else's kids. What does Taryn do for work?
she is a swim instructor. So
Swim
again,
instructor.
tons of kids.
Okay, so she's also going to like this as well. It's called the Child Safe ID Kit. All
Mhm.
right. Now, for Texas does unfortunately lead the country in abductions, and 93% of children not found in the first 24 hours are never found. So this app helps those in the critical first hours to help find the missing child. I'm sure you can see how important it is if a child goes missing, uh, that you need those first 24 hours, correct?
Oh, for sure.
Right. Now, the International Union of Police Associations have partnered with us to get this out to all the families with children. You mentioned that you knew families with kids, right?
Oh yeah, man.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and let's start with your most favorite kid. Who's your best friend? Who's your best friend actually?
Kobe Venom is my
Excuse
best
me,
friend. Man. Kobe Venom, Kobie.
Kobe Venom.
B, yeah, Benham.
Because I was definitely just spelling it like Venom.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, Kobe has kids.
Oh, he's got two kids.
Okay, okay. So would you agree that keeping Kobe and his kids safe is probably a priority right underneath keeping you and your kids safe?
Absolutely.
All right. So I can assume that you might want to send him me, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, I may have jumped the gun a little bit, which is totally fine. I do want to go ahead and ask, how much were you guys bringing in a month whenever everything's said and done with the youth ministry and the swim instructing?
What does that matter?
So it's just to make sure that everything is copacetic with your budget, but also the policy as well. So we don't want to break your budget just as much as, everything else around the world is trying to break your budget. Just seeing how much do you guys normally bring in a week when it comes to the youth ministry and the swim instructing?
Okay. I don't know, man. We bring about 85,000 together.
Okay. Okay. Now to keep going, uh 85,000, not bad, right? However, if something were to happen that does take out a lot of takes out it exactly half of the paycheck. So we do have what's called a ADD certificate. It's a no cost accidental death and dismemberment certificate. Now, Blake, this is a living benefit that pays you $2,000 for the loss of one hand, one foot, or the sight in one eye. Now, I'm not sure who in the youth ministry is out here taking out hands or feet or eyes, unless you're doing any sort of, exorcisms. um, but it should help out just in case that does happen, correct?
Yeah, I could help. I could see it helping.
Now, Taryn, for you, this is a death benefit that would pay you $4,000 should Blake die accidentally. Now, I know $4,000 doesn't seem like a lot of money in the world, and really it's not. But if Blake were to die, his paycheck would unfortunately die with him. And I'm imagine that would put a crunch in your budget, wouldn't it? Right. Let me go ahead and email you. Let me go ahead and email you the certificate for your records. What's your email?
It's Blake Thomason _2 at yahoo.com.
And it's THOMASSON
Correct.
underscore
The number two at
at.
yahoo.com.
All right. Now, Blake, I do need to add two emergency contacts in two different households in case both you pass at the same time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Both of your emergency contacts should be close to you, and I want to make sure that you're okay with me being in touch with them to review their possibilities, just by giving me a quick and verbal yes.
It's fine.
Um, okay, cool, cool, cool. Now, do me a favor and let them know I'll be in contact with them for a Zoom visit. Now, when something happens, you're going to need our local office number. Can you go ahead and grab your phone for me real quick?
Yep.
All right. The local number is 832-327-0800.
Perfect.
All right. Now, Blake, this policy is just on you, but the second part of this benefit is that you can extend this to your closest family members outside of your emergency contacts and friends at no cost to them or you. All you're doing is giving them the option to make a decision for themselves, just like you did. Now, you mentioned you had a best friend.
Mhm.
His name was Kobe. Um, Now let's go ahead and get this to him. What's actually, would there be anybody else that you probably want to get inside that youth ministry or anybody
Uh,
else?
um, not right now. No, I'd have to think about it.
All right, you have to think about it. Okay, totally understand. Did you guys have any health insurance right now?
Yeah, we have health insurance.
Okay, how much health insurance do you guys currently have?
Um, oh, how much do we have? Um, we have, oh gosh, man, that's a great question. We have health insurance or
Oh, right. Would you guys have any life insurance through work?
oh through work? Yeah, I've got tons of life insurance through work.
I'm sure they'd like the pastor to stay alive. What you guys
Yeah, for
have?
sure. We have I think 100,000 apiece.
100,000 on each other. And anything on the kids?
Yes. We have. No, I don't think they have anything. The kids don't have anything.
Okay. So no coverage on the kids, 100K each on each other. Beautiful. All right. Now, I'm not sure what any of your other coworkers would have when it comes to, life insurance. You said Kobe, you'd like to use him. What's Kobe's phone number?
Is 325-660-3710.
6710. All right. Um, Now, can you guys do me one favor? Just please make sure that you give this to the families that you sponsored, and give them a heads up that I'll be calling them. Of course, I don't want to catch them off guard. I'll probably shoot them a text first to introduce myself. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Now, Blake, Taryn, I'm gonna jump into reviewing the exclusive benefits that you must qualify for. All of the families that I see love this part of the program, and that's why 20,000 different groups handpicked American Income to handle their permanent and portable benefits for the past 60 years. Next time you're at your group, just go ahead and make sure and thank them for setting this up for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, let's first start off with the needs analysis software. All right. The reason most people don't have the right to coverage is because they don't know what they need. This software is designed to expose any concerns or gaps that you may have. So
Mhm.
what I do is ask some questions from the survey, and based on that information, I'll go ahead and see what qualifies or not. It may or may not make recommendations. If it
Okay.
does, I'll definitely review those with you. If it doesn't, I'll have nothing to review. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Before I do, let me show you my license information here, state of Texas. So I'm a licensed professional to handle these kind of benefits before I jump into the survey. And before I jump into the survey, I have three preliminary qualifications to review with you. You must be a member of an authorized group or sponsored by someone who is. We are good there. You must have an active checking account with the traditional brick and mortar bank or credit union. Online banks such as Chime, Green Dot, Chase Liquid, Wells Fargo, Cash App, Acorn, Revolut, etc., are not compatible with the program. Is your bank an online bank only? Who is your checking account with?
Our bank is through First Financial Bank.
First Financial. Okay, that should work. Have you had any DUIs in the last 2 years? Any
No.
arrests, or do you have any departure from good health?
No.
Beautiful. Monthly income. Most families worry about affordability, so it's typically based on about 1 hour's wage per week. To be accurate, what's the appropriate monthly income, which I actually did the math for you, is around 1634 a week. Now, Joe and Mary, I know this isn't a typical dinner time conversation, but
Wait,
have you?
who?
Yeah, Blake, Taryn. I know this isn't a typical dinner time conversation, but have you two decided or even discussed what you're gonna do for a funeral or cremation?
Yeah, I want to be cremated. She wants a funeral.
She wants cremation. She wants funeral. You want cremation.
Mhm.
Okay. You just want to be burned, huh, Blake?
That's right. Just be done with me.
No, I get it. I get it. But what's Taryn gonna be buried next to?
She used to put me in the ground. So
We'll turn you into a tree. How about that?
that's exactly right. I'm good with that.
Now, I see a lot of families, and some of them will get life insurance outside of work, because you know what happens to the group benefits, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have life insurance outside of work?
No, I do not.
Okay, that's perfect. Now, how much coverage? I remember you said you had 100,000 in coverage. That's just inside work. So if you don't have any outside of work, then hmm. Now, do you get death benefits through work?
Yes,
Okay. All right. So I'm very familiar with how they work. Did they let you pick them out, or did you just get what everyone else got like normal?
I got what everyone else got.
Okay. All right. And do you rent or do you own?
I we kind of it's a good question. We rent our house.
Okay. And how much are you guys paying a month per in rent?
Uh, about 15 to $1,600 a month.
That's not bad, actually.
No, it's really not.
Mm-mm. That's really not bad at all. Now, aside from the rent, how much debt would you have as well?
I would say we have about that man, that was tough. Um, we have probably about $50,000 in debt.
50,000. It's
Hmm.
not bad when you're looking at the United States, when you're talking about trillions, your 50K is a drop in their bucket.
Right. Yeah.
Now have you started saving for Jackson Gyms and Jets College?
No, we have not.
I get it. It can be kind of rough. Now, before I go any further, it looks like the needs analysis found some gaps in your coverage. So I
Mm,
have this mandatory read-off letter for you. It explains how the enrollment process works.
mm,
Blake, Karen, instead of reading this whole thing, I'm basically just going to summarize it for you. What it's
okay.
basically saying is if the benefit fits your needs and they make sense, apply today. If they don't,
Okay.
don't apply. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Either way, yes or no, that decision does have to be made today during your service period. In all fairness to all the other members waiting to enroll, you'll see what they did. It is set up to be a no-brainer. It's going to be an easy yes or no. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
All right. Whatever you decide to do, they do want you to give your opinion in a Google review, which is sort of like my report card. I try to get a 5-star rating every time, so it's important to stop me if you have any questions. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, Blake, will you stop me if you have any questions? Taryn, will you do the
Absolutely,
same?
man. Yes. Yes. She said yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Now we do have a couple lists of concerns. As you know, over the years, we go through a contract and negotiations and benefit changes at work. It's give and take. Lately, it seems we're paying a lot more, but getting a lot less. The company has a labor advisory board of 50 international union presidents gathered feedback from working families, union or not, and came up with a list of concerns that I'm going to review really quickly. Um, where is the list of concerns? Okay. So the last concern is affordability. Now, to take care of all these concerns, it's usually expensive, and we sit down with people making anywhere from $10 and some making $70 an hour. Some are working tons of overtime, some are retired or laid off. The program is designed to be customized so that anyone can afford it. They set it up with this in mind. If your boss gave you an extra hour's pay, you wouldn't rush out to buy a Ferrari or book a dream vacation, correct?
No.
Right. And if they cut your hours by one, you probably wouldn't have to sell your car, cancel your phone plan. 1 hour's wage won't change anything. So let's use this to cover all your gaps and protect your family. Okay.
Okay.
Now, here I like to have fun over here. This is it helps us, Blake, Taryn. It helps if I can use an illustration to show what's been set up for you. So can I have you grab a pen and paper for me real quick? Someone
Okay.
want to real quick.
Okay. Just want to compare this. Oh, it's over there. Cameron.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it helps if I use an illustration to show what's been set up for you. So, Blake, let's imagine you go into the youth ministry tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you're both at job A, which is the job on the left. So go ahead and write like a T chart, something like that. On the left, do job A, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
job A, you have your normal group benefits. I believe you had the 100K death benefit, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have the 100K death benefit.
Mm-hmm.
You're also making, you and Taryn combined are making around 1634 a week as well, with the 85K divvied up 52 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say an identical job opens up. Same people, same work, same benefits. The only difference is that now instead of making 1475 a week, no, 1634 a week, you're making 1616 a week, which is about 1 hour's wage difference. All right,
Okay.
so they took that hour that wouldn't make a difference, and they decided to put it towards something that would, which is handling all of your concerns. So we have the A71 benefit. So this A71 right here is the first benefit, covers your entire family due to any sort of accident. Like I said before, health insurance and group benefits are great, but they don't cover everything. To recap, the program pays you $100,000 if you were to die, and also it pays you, not the doctors. The following for any incident affecting covered family members is up to $100 for doctor or urgent care visit.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be up to $200 for any overnight stay in the hospital if you had a serious accident or you were there for 10 days. Or if you were there for 10 days, that's actually going to be $2,000.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then you're going to have $400 for the ICU intensive care.
Okay.
Remember the ADD, it's going to be well, actually, it's going to get you $10,000 for the loss of hand, foot, or eye, and double for the loss of any two. So minor children are covered at 40%.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be $20,000 to $100,000 in accidental death coverage. Minor children are covered at 40% of that.
Wow.
So just to make sure we got everything correct, it's going to be around $10,000 for the loss of hand, foot, or eye, and double for the loss of any two. So ten to $20,000 for hands, feet, eyes, and it's going to be $20,000 to $100,000 for accidental death benefit. Now that's great, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly. Right, your current job, they unfortunately don't have this. Let me get some water because my mouth is getting extremely dry. Now, Blake, there's 100% chance you'll use this one. This is the freedom of choice certificate. All right, this will take care of the financial burden, so your family doesn't have to. Your freedom of choice certificate is worth $30,000. I know you said that you want it to be burned. She needs to be buried. Do you guys know what the average cost of a funeral is?
Uh, Anywhere from like 20 to $30,000, 15, 20, $30,000.
Exactly. I don't have it lying around. Did you?
Oh goodness, no.
Exactly. So this certificate has that 30,000. Once the funeral home director calls the number up front, American Income will coordinate everything, and the rest will go to the family tax free. On the worst day of your life, you can see how this would make things easier for you, Jax. Jim and Jet and Taryn, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you don't have anything like right now in place like this, correct?
No, guess so. No.
No. Now, your program provides a total of $100,000 that pays out for any kind of death to take care of this concern. I would write that as well.
Okay.
So, um, Taryn, actually, this will give you and the children about $2,700 every month for 3 years, just as if Blake was still there. And this gives you time to figure out what you're going to do with your life, your job, and any insurance money. This really is a game changer. Right now, as it stands, there's no monthly income replacement. So I'm sure, Taryn, you would enjoy $2,700 every month, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be nice.
Exactly. Now, that's going to be $100,000 for the spouse, but it's going to be split up into $2,700. So for 3 years, just making sure we've got all this written down. You still here with me, Blake?
Mhm.
All right, all right. Now, another major concern is protecting your home, and that's exactly why benefit software is recommending $100,000 mortgage or rent protection coverage for you. Blake, statistically, if you were going to die during one of your working years, it's probably not going to be a health issue or a stroke or a heart attack. It'd probably be due to an accident. So this is funded by an accidental death benefit to save you money. Right now, with your current job, they aren't going to pay your mortgage. I'm sorry, your rent if something happens, but this program does. That's huge, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Now, work benefits never cover something like this, but the benefit software is giving you $100,000 for the college fund. That's going to be $100,000 for Jax, Jet, and Jim. His name is Jim. For the college fund, which breaks down to around $50,000. Well, really, this would be $100,000. 20, hold on. Should have been quick math, but I thought about it too long. Around $33,000 for each of your kids. I can that'd be huge, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So we're gonna put down another $100,000 for your children. We do have a terminal illness rider. If you're diagnosed with the terminal illness such as cancer, you can access half of your life insurance while you're still alive. The remainder pays you out a death benefit later on. They are providing you with $65,000 for this part of the program. Now, your current benefits don't provide anything there. So, well, they do have 100,000, so it's just going to be an extra 65 on top of your 100,000. But I'm sure you can see how they thought of everything, correct? Now, unlike your group benefits, which you can lose, these benefits are permanent and portable. So if you do leave the youth ministry, retire or leave the union completely, you can keep these. In addition, if you are on a qualified layoff, they will cover the benefits for you. They will cover the benefits for you for 3 months. If you're ever in a situation where you'd have a qualified strike, it's up to 12 months, and you never have to pay that back. Sounds great,
Wow.
right?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, Blake, Taryn, now that I've reviewed everything with you, I'm sure you can see why 20,000 groups chose this program and why because of the value and the full circle of protection it provides. I mean, Blake, if something were to happen like a bad car accident and your family is going to receive, let's do the math on this. So, it'd be 65 plus this. So Blake, you should have. I'm going to share my screen with you. Give me 1 second, Blake. Okay. Blake, can you see this?
Mhm.
Okay. So, all right. So, if you are in a really bad car accident one day, you're going to be receiving $370,000 tax free, all for about 1 hour's wage per week. With your current job, there is no guarantee that your family would receive anything. Do you, your page looks something a little bit like this, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, if you went into job, Blake, Taryn, if you went into work tomorrow and you had to choose between job A, where you're receiving 1634 a week and receive none of these benefits, $0 in benefits, or job B, where you're getting 1616 a week and you're receiving all these benefits, which job would you take?
Oh, job B.
Job B, 100%, correct? And
Absolutely.
and why would you do that if you're making more money over here at job A?
It's all the benefits, man.
That's what everyone says. It's a no-brainer. So everyone wants the benefits, but not everyone can get the benefits. So as I mentioned before, I do have to get you qualified first. So let me run you through these questions to see if you can qualify. All right. Now, has any proposed insured ever been treated or advised to be treated for alcoholism or alcohol abuse, including AA, or been advised by a physician to reduce alcohol consumption?
No.
Has any proposed insured ever used drugs not prescribed by a physician, such as cocaine, amphetamines, barbiturates, hallucinogens, tranquilizers, narcotics, or sedatives?
Mm.
Has any proposed insured ever had their driver's license suspended or revoked because of a moving violation or been arrested? All right. Has proposed insured flown within the last 2 years or intended to fly in the future as other than a passenger on a scheduled airline?
No.
All right. Has any proposed insured participated within the last 2 years or intended to participate in any of the following activities: auto, motorcycle, boat racing, parachute jumping, skin, scuba, or skydiving? No, no one's skin diving around here.
Nope.
No skin divers. Okay. Um, has any proposed insured ever been advised to take tests not done, so or not receive the results? Hold on. Has any proposed insured ever been advised to take tests and not done so, or not received the results, been diagnosed as having or received treatment for high blood pressure, chest pain, heart attack, stroke, or any heart, blood, or circulatory disorder?
Mm.
No. All right. Has any proposed insured uh, ever had or been treated for any illness, any of the following conditions: diabetes or endocrine disorder,
No.
paralysis, epilepsy, mental disease, or disorder that any other nervous system or brain disorder?
Mm.
All right. Has any proposed insured ever had arthritis or any injury or trouble with back, knees, or any of your joints? A lot of ors in this question. Now, to the best of your knowledge and belief, do you have any physical impairments or departure from good health?
No.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Has any proposed insured ever been rejected for life insurance, a life or medical hospital insurance,
Mm-mm.
rated, or failed to receive a policy as applied for?
Nope.
Has any proposed insured in the last 5 years? Has any proposed insured in the last 5 years had a physical examination?
Yes.
Okay. And that was for,
That was just to check it.
okay. And have you had any medical treatment? This
Mm-mm.
includes prescription medications.
No.
Have you ever been hospitalized in the last 5 years?
No.
All right. Is any proposed insured currently a resident in a nursing home or ever been diagnosed as having a terminal illness, including Alzheimer's disease? We still here?
Yeah, I said no.
Okay. Okay. And has any proposed insured ever had or been treated for any of the following conditions: asthma, emphysema, sleep apnea, or any other respiratory disorder?
No.
Uh, any ulcers, colitis, or the digestive tract disorder? Oh, sorry.
Mm-mm.
Any cirrhosis, hepatitis, or liver disorder?
Mm-mm.
All right. Any blood disorder or received bone marrow transplant?
Mm-mm.
Have you had a kidney, prostate, urinary bladder, or any gituinary disorder?
No.
All right. Any disease of the breast, uterus, or ovaries? No, probably not. Um, has anybody received rheumatoid arthritis or any other musculoskeletal disorder?
Mm-mm.
Loss of hearing or sight,
Nope.
acquired immune deficiency syndrome, a immune deficiency disorder, or any age-related complex?
Nope.
No. Has any proposed insured ever been tested positive for antibodies for the HIV virus?
No.
Or does any proposed insured smoke cigarettes or tobacco in any form?
Nope.
If has any proposed insured used marijuana in the past year?
Mm-mm.
All right. Okay, so I'm not the underwriter, but based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like I should be able to get you qualified for benefits. This is the QR checklist. It was mandatory that we review the process. Now it explains the enrollment process. The first thing in the checklist it talks about are the way the benefits are handled. Now, Blake, Taryn, most families are like you. They enroll in the program because the no-cost benefit is small compared to the many benefits. Sometimes a member cancels after a few months or a year. They regret it later. Premiums go up as we get older, and sometimes health issues prevent people from qualifying for coverage. This isn't a short-term fix, but it's really a long-term solution. And the longer you keep it, the more valuable it becomes. So if $130 is uncomfortable for you, let's fix it right now. How does everything feel?
Those, you said how much?
$130 a month.
You don't think so? No, she said it's too expensive.
Okay. Okay. So when it comes to expensive, like I said, we have that $30,000 funeral freedom of choice benefit. And then we have, your terminal illness benefit as well. What if we were to tweak some things over here for the death benefit? And what if we are here at 89.95?
That's much better.
That's much better. All right. So a reminder, your first draft will happen in the next 24 to 48 hours. Though your bank statement might not show up for 10 days. Are we good with that first draft?
Absolutely.
Good. And to now make sure, good. Now make sure to keep this in place for your family. And next time, hold on. Good. Now make sure to keep this in place for your family. And next time we meet, you'll be glad you did.